Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Uranus Sextile or Trine one's natal Saturn. Now, this transit could manifest in goals, aspirations, friendships, one's future, freedom, independence. This could be in harmony with one's career, laborious work, and I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. Now, the thing about this is you could either be, your goals and aspirations could be very balanced with your career. Um, if you're in a career right now that you're trying to get out of and you have goals and aspirations that could be career related, but it might be in a different one than you're currently in. This is a time where you may be able to pursue those while you're still in your current line of work, your current business at this time. And if you have a goal or aspiration that is career oriented, this could be the time, which could be very auspicious for it in order to pursue that, whether it's going to college in order to do this, or it's some kind of training. This is the time where it could be very propitious for doing so. Now, another thing, this could be a time where it may also be positive for freedom from a really hard work. If you've been working laboriously or you've been working very hard at something and it's time where you need that break, this could be that time in order to do so. It could also be a time where it could be very balanced, I would say, in doing things. Maybe you're using new methods, new technology in doing certain things, and doing things also in the more conventional orthodox way. Uranus is connected with innovation and ingenuity. It's new technology. Saturn is more about the true and the tried, what's conventional, what's orthodox. And this is a time where you could have a very good balance for that, for those things at this time. Now, also too, this could also be a positive period where it could be auspicious for friendships, about helping you, being beneficial to you, and responsibilities that need to be taken care of. It could be hard work as well, your career. This is where these people may be more of an asset to you at this time as opposed to a detriment. It's they may, whether it might be promoting you somehow in your career. If you're doing, like, say, if someone's doing landscaping or something, it could be this person, friends, uh, maybe recommending you to other people. Or if you're an accountant, you help people with taxes, you do tax, you're a tax examiner. This could be a time where friendships might be, friends are more apt to distribute business cards that you may have. They could be very beneficial at this time, more so than usual. And it's also a time too where you might be requiring a certain freedom from father, from older people, authority figures, and they may be more apt to grant you that at this time and not give you really a hard time, regarding these matters. It could be more understanding of that need. It could be just being more independent. If you're in a situation where you're in a subordinate or subservient role at your job, this could be the time where those authority figures, it could be more understanding, maybe letting you work alone more, being more trusting of you in doing so, or maybe it's just giving you a little bit more time off away from your job. Now, this could also be a very good transit. Well, I want to say first off, as far as what's anatomically connected with Saturn, okay, the knees, the bones, joints, hamstrings, gallbladder, all are anatomically connected with the planet Saturn. And this could be a time where, if you've procrastinated or hesitated on any of these matters, if you have any of those problems that are associated with Saturn, this is the time where you're more apt to really have that freedom, so to speak, to take care of it, and your future may depend on it. You might come to a realization where your future will really benefit if you take care of these issues, and you might be seeing them as a more of a serious matter than usual, and really focusing on those on those matters at this time and getting them taken care of. It could be a time where it could be beneficial for it might be new forms of treatment. Uranus is connected with what's new, what's unique, new technology. It may also be a time, just as well, Saturn is also connected with chronic illnesses. So the same could apply with those matters. If you have any chronic, debilitation, at this time, this could be chronic illness, I should say. It's a time where you're likely to have more of that freedom to take care of those matters at this time, more so than you ordinarily would. And it's also a time as well where if you have any, kind of fears or inhibitions at this time, this is the time where friendships or people that are prominent, that groups, clubs, or organizations can be beneficial to you in dealing with those fears at this time. I have Saturn and Taurus in the 12th house. Saturn in the 12th house by itself can indicate fear of the unknown, and it may be really, for me as well, it's a time where when I look at it could be something, the fact that I have it in Taurus could be something of a monetary nature, and it might be something too for for people when they have this transit. It's about really, it could be about groups, clubs, organizations, friendships being beneficial to you in matters of limitations. Say if you have your natal Saturn in Gemini and or the third house, it could be a time where these people may help you in terms of mobility, getting around, driving to the store, as some examples. It can be a time as well where your friendships at this time is about, it might be more discipline in those matters, in matters with friends, in groups, clubs, organizations, and really having goals and aspirations in which you are more disciplined in, and being able to plan and premeditate these things at this point in time. And it can be where, and also too, the fact that Saturn is also connected with aging. So if you're an older person and you're trying, to do something, use, innovative methods to maybe, slow the aging process down to some degree, this could be a positive time in order to, in doing so, because Uranus is connected with what's new again, what's innovative. Saturn is associated with aging, and it's also a time where the future, anything Uranus related, it can include astrology or astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, meteorology, aviation. These things are things you're more apt to be able to put more focus and concentration on at this time. It could be a time where you might just be able, where you might find that place, where you're by yourself and uninterrupted. It could be a time where friendships might respect at this time your need and your ability, more of that need to focus and concentrate on something and not interrupt you. It's about these people being more considerate maybe than they were previously. Now, another way this transit could manifest, it could be about friendships, which is Uranus, could be beneficial to your career, which is Saturn, or career-related matters, I should say, and Saturn being connected with the career. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal Saturn is in Scorpio, that career may be in locksmithing, psychology, insurance, the occult, which includes astrology. It could be building and coding, embalming, as some examples. And also, too, at this time, goals and aspirations, which is Uranus, may be something you could easily concentrate, which is Saturn, on. Let's say, for example, the transit Uranus is in Taurus in the third house. It could be, maybe it's doing something, maybe stable. It might be doing something with stability, in your communications, or gardening, or doing something with geology with your neighbors at this time is some examples. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that. I'm back. But anyway, yeah. The next thing up is that another way this transit could be expressed. It could be where clubs, which is Uranus, could be more in harmony and agreement with hard labor, which is Saturn. Let's say, for example, if the natal Saturn is in Gemini, it could be something associated with manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics. It could be something with communication and data or satellite communications, as an example. It could be writing and journalism. This is also a time where freedom, which is Uranus, is about having the freedom to take care of your responsibilities, which is Saturn. If the natal Saturn is in Capricorn, as an example, it could be something, those responsibilities may be connected with business, the government, politics. It could be accounting. As some other examples, it could be masonry, or construction even, or just it might be something associated with just general mundane work. Now also too, this transit could be positive for the future, which is Uranus, with the father, which is Saturn. Now let's say, for example, the natal Saturn is in Leo. It could be a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.